spooky, feeling brave. Welcome to the house Hargrave. Running wild with a pack or a coven. Maybe you're a human, it's a monster you're loving.
What's that monster god going on below? Find out this week on Kitten Marlowe. What's that monster god going on below? Find out this week on Kitten Marlowe. What's that monster god going on below? Find out this week on Kitten Marlowe. What's that monster god going on below? Find out this week on Kitten Marlowe.
Kitten Marlowe is a Victorian Gothic horror actual play for adults. Follow the mysterious monster hunters of Hargrave House as they pursue supernatural threats in old London. Kitten Marlowe is a show for monster lovers and monster lovers. If a show that's spooky, sexy, horrific, and violent sounds your speed, Kitten Marlowe has new episodes just for you every single week.
We rejoin our Fortissimo Flatfoots who found their way to the zoo to find Poppy, but first must face a furious flying fae. Our investigators are in the parking lot of the zoo, in the gardening truck, with an aggressive pixie on the hood. Mara reaches over, flips on the windshield wipers, which strike this creature and simply stop in place. It seems like she should have been flung away, but something about her is way stronger than you would have expected. She reaches down, grabs the arm of the windshield wiper, and rips it off.
Oh no!
And tosses it to the side.
No! Please don't! Please don't do that!
Two can play this game.
So you hear,
I knew if I waited long enough, you villains would return to the scene of the crime. I can smell the winter on you from a mile away.
Diva, what?
hopefully my words are intelligible.
No! I think the moment of silence, I think Mark, what?
Izzie goes, oh no, you did it, and tries to start climbing out the window to get the pixie.
Don't think Mara stops her.
Yeah. Izzie climbs onto the hood, takes off a part of the bumper, and tries to go at the pixie. Gives a big old swing.
Aubrey, I think we should get out of the car.
Yeah.
Give me a melee against 2.
Ooh.
Come on, roll.
Throw in 1 black die for how small this target is, as she's tiny and incredibly agile.
Oh, let's go.
Boy.
Let's go.
So it's a disadvantage and a triumph, which is a success. So it's a success with a bonus, but also a little consequence. It's very good. It's
a
very
great
fun.
roll.
It's the funnest roll you could have.
Oh my gosh.
So Izzie rips the bumper off
Wow, what a triumph.
of Aubrey's trunk, which might just be the disadvantage, or maybe that's the threat. Is property damage, and absolutely wallops this thing. Do you want to give me a description of what happens?
Oh yeah. Izzie brings back the bumper like a baseball bat, gives it a good rally swing in a circle, and then hits the target right in the middle. And that girl kind of goes flying.
Plus something incredible happening because this is a triumph. So you deal some damage to this little lady who landed really aggressively on the hood. So triumphs are things that you can paint into the scene that add a lot of flavor or somehow change the scene in a big way in your benefit.
Oh. I feel like I want to pin her down and be like, tell me what you know.
Nice. Immobile.
So Izzie climbs out of the car window, hops on the ground, grabs the bumper of the car, jumps on the hood, goes to give a swing at this pixie, and with the force of the bumper, it wraps around the pixie, trapping them in a bind, so that way that Izzie has her pinned down.
I love that Izzie gets to use cartoon physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It tracks. If you're clumsy enough, anything is possible.
Yeah.
I think Marla turned to Aubrey this is so cool. Also, I've been wanting to replace that bumper for you. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, there's a lot of things to focus on right now. Out of the car?
Yeah.
Unhand me, you villain!
Hey, no, what do you know? Hey, who are you? Oh, hey, hi. I feel like we've maybe been a little bit mean with you. Let's all take a breath. Let's all
Why does the stink of winter make us villains?
As if you didn't know!
What if I didn't, though?
Give me some kind of social check.
I feel so bad. Like they were so rude to her. But I'm like, God, she sucks. Like just speak.
Which one makes sense in this case?
Negotiation, I think, is probably the strongest one, but leadership is a close second.
Okay, I will do leadership. How many purple?
Leadership goes against discipline. That's going to be 2.
So there were no successes or failures rolled on that, but there are advantages. Maybe can the advantage be that she either thinks we're really smart or really stupid, whichever is going to be make her the most amenable towards us? Like that she just interprets this in a really decisive way.
Well, it's just like winter to know nothing at all.
I have a talent called Can't We Talk About This, but
Okay.
it might not be necessary since she's physically immobile anyway. Basically being like, we can't fight. We have to talk about this. They can't attack me. But I feel like that might not be super necessary since she can't really move at this moment.
She's like actively working at the thing, but if you want to make some kind of social check, you certainly can.
I'd be like, okay, hi. I think we've maybe gotten off a little bit on the wrong foot or the wrong hood of people's cars. I'm Mara. Who are you?
You expect me to give you my name just like that? Ha!
Okay, what do your friends call you?
They call me Meatball!
Meatball! Cool, I love your name. It seems like we probably have done something to upset you, and I apologize that we're not able to name what that is, whether that's having the stink of winter on us or whatever. I actually love this perfume that I'm wearing, so I don't really know maybe where you're getting that scent from, but I would love to just apologize. We can't do that, though, if we don't know what we're apologizing for. Charm type thing?
Yeah, charm or negotiation.
Okay, what were your...
Oh, I have a suspicion.
Oh, okay. Okay, I would like to use my congenial talent. I may suffer a number of strain to downgraded difficulty of charm or negotiation checks.
Okay.
Cool.
If I take 1 strain, does that mean 1 purple goes away?
Yeah.
Let's go. I will be doing that. Come on. Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Success with 3 advantages?
Yes, perfect.
When the veil was breached from here, and the broccoli woman came in
I grab Izzie's shoulder and shake her a little bit.
to cause problems, obviously I knew that some villain from here must have caused all of this trouble. And what do I find? You returning to the scene of the crime.
Oh.
If I can offer some context, I think we might be more aligned than you think. The stink of winter is not a representation of allegiance, but is in fact the signature of a gift that was given as a present for compassion issued towards the Fae.
Meatball looks at Aubrey with just the most suspicious glare.
I point to the axe and give a little smile shrug.
You do favors for us?
I mean, I have, yeah. I've asked for favors too, both ways.
If you think we're aligned because you want to get rid of this broccoli woman, then...
No, we don't want to get rid of her. We're trying to help her.
What, help her get back here?
Yes.
Good, that's getting rid of her.
Oh.
Whoa. Izzie shakes the bumper a little bit. Being like, listen here. Somebody tell me who the broccoli woman is.
It's Poppy Bracco, I think.
Well, hot dog. Okay. It sounds like we can help each other here.
Yeah, Meatball, we can help you. We want the broccoli woman to come back here with us. And that sounds like it would solve both of our problems. She's not dealing with you anymore, and she's back here with us, away from you. She's gone.
I'm going to need some kind of social role from the whole group
Okay.
to convince this very
meatball.
agitated little pixie that you're actually trying to help her and not trick her.
Yeah.
Seems like either charm or leadership. For a group roll, we'll take the combination of the most number of dice and the most number of training points in it,
Okay.
which also might just be Mara doing
I think it
a
might be
charm.
Mara doing charm.
Yeah. Well, my rank in it is only 1 at this point, but I have 1 yellow and 3 greens. Is that just me rolling that?
Yeah, I
think
don't got
so,
nothing.
yeah.
Okay.
I can do stuff for leadership checks, but my leadership's way worse than your charm.
Okay.
And there were, I think, 3
Yeah.
advantages from the last roll, so you can
Yeah.
chuck in a couple of,
Love
of
that.
blue dice.
I'm going to use them all.
And this is once again going against 3 purple.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take that 3rd purple this time.
Okay.
So many dice.
Uh-oh.
No, that's good.
That's
That's
actually
really
really
good.
fantastic. Let's go. All the purple dice came up with just 1 threat.
Wow.
One threat.
So
Which looks like it's canceled out.
Canceled out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's 2 advantages.
And 3 successes.
4.
4.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Man.
We're besties now.
Besties.
I love spaghetti and meatballs. I'm kidding. Let's not say that.
Well, if you think that you can get the broccoli woman back here, and you do favors for Faye, and if you can, I don't know how you made this thing wrap around me, but that's really impressive.
Thank you.
So maybe the 3 of you are perfect for this.
I think we might be Meatball. I think we might be.
Now, follow me and I'll create a portal into spring.
Oh.
Yeah! I think I'll like tap on Aubrey's shoulder. It's like maybe not quite autumn, but
Ooh. I've never been there myself, but I've welcomed delegations from there.
cool.
Oh. I was not expecting today to go this way. Cool.
But we have to hurry.
Okay.
It has to be at a time of transition, at a place of transition, and the sun's about to set.
Okay, where do we need to go, Meatball?
Meatball zips off towards the waterfront, just trusting that you are going to run after her.
We start running.
Start running.
Yeah.
She goes away from the zoo just a little bit. So you run out of the parking lot of the zoo onto one of the docks, and she's zipping down along the dock. And when she gets to the end of it, she flies a quick loop-de-loop on a horizontal plane, zips up into the air, and drops straight down into this whirling green vortex that she has created that you will all have to run off the edge of this dock to jump through.
Oh my gosh, Izzie is running as fast as they possibly could. And when they get to the end, yells, "Cannonball!" and jumps into the portal. No hesitation.
I think Mara's also in a full sprint. I think grabs Aubrey's hand and like tries to jump in with her together.
Yeah, you see, as you grab her hand, Aubrey, it seemed not that she wasn't going to do it, but she was going to stop at the edge of the dock and really like look at this and sort of take a moment to over-process. And when she feels the pull on your hand, she just gives it a squeeze, jumps in with
Come
you.
on, we don't have time.
All right.
Reflection later. Jumping now.
I jump.
You could wade in carefully and assess the temperature, see how it's feeling. Or you could stand at the edge of the dock and jump and not look back, just sinking like a rock. Jump now, think later. Jump now, think later. Jump now.
Absolutely.
The three of you, Izzie out in front, leap off the dock. People around you shouting like, "No, what are you doing?" Leaving those sounds behind as you pass through this swirling green vortex, and just a sense of dislocation as your being stretches and contorts and changes and comes back to what it was, and you fall the last few inches, that sort of jarring feeling of dropping a few inches without expecting it. There's another stair step there, and you find yourselves in a wild green place with seemingly no paths, just the smallest clearing in the densest forest. If you've ever been into a forest that the trees are tightly packed together and there's kudzu growing up over things, it's just like there's no available space that is not overgrown. This is that feeling. And every time you look away or look around and look back at something, it's changed. It's grown more. It's like being in the forests outside of Foxglove, dialed up to 11. You don't see Meatball immediately, but after a few seconds, she comes back towards you, plants parting around her as if that was the correct order of things.
Well, come on, it's this way.
Let's go. We'll follow.
Aubrey, as you find yourself in this space, there's an energy that rhymes with what you're familiar with. You know that using any sort of fey magic here would be next to trivial. Mara and Izzie, as you see Aubrey take the lead among the three of you, you can see that she is several inches taller than she usually was.
I think Mara will just take note of that and smile and take in as much of this version of her friend while they're here.
I think Izzie doesn't quite realize she's taller. Everyone's pretty tall to Izzie, but like something's different about Anita, but I don't know.
And to be fair, Anita just went from 5'11" to like 6'5".
Oh, that tall. Okay.
She was already towering over you by a foot. So what's another 6 inches?
Exactly. But wow, Anita looks pretty cool.
I don't think Aubrey notices this, but I do think subconsciously, to counteract the ambivalence of being here for the first time, but also kind of again in a way that rhymes, and wearing a sartorially ill-advised cargo vest, her posture has gotten worse and has offset it slightly, but not quite enough. I think the first thing I would do is look at the trees by turning my head quickly, because it seems like they care if I'm looking. But in autumn, the trees like to listen in on things. And so often their branches or their moss will face in the direction of whatever's most interesting. And I want to see if I can catch any of the spring trees doing that, if they work that way here.
Give me a perception check.
Or what do they seem interested in?
A perception check against 2.
That is not a success, but many advantages.
So you don't get a sense of what they're interested in, but you walk out of this clearing where you initially landed, and the plants get less dense as you go. As Aubrey starts to tune in to these plants and try to see where their attention goes, it's not that she can get a read on what they want or what they're interested in, but as she tunes in, she notices a magnolia tree with hand-sized blossoms that is blossoming again and again and again out of the same blossom. Like this tree, once it sees you looking at it and paying attention to it, starts to show off for you that it can blossom. And there's this sort of unsettling, sort of psychedelic effect of a flower that continually blooms from itself, while always looking like the most platonic ideal of a flower blooming.
I pointed out to Mara and Izzie.
Whoa.
It's a little bit for us, but polite to show a sign of respect for and I give a little bow.
Yeah, Izzie also tries to bow, but then accidentally falls into Mara's back.
Mara will kind of like help her up and then kind of like curtsy and like look to Izzie like, you could do this too. That might be more off balance though.
It's this way.
Sorry, Meatball.
Thank you, Meatball.
Yeah,
We're gonna be walking for a while. If you stop all the time, we're never gonna get there. So let's go.
Right.
That's my kind of woman.
Yeah. Aubrey, we'll follow you. Mar tries to be nonchalant about it.
I suspect that no matter how many breaks you need to take, we'll arrive there at the most dramatically fruitful moment. That's kind of how travel works in these places.
Great.
Not that we should dilly-dally, but...
I never. But she'll like bend down and smell a flower.
Just don't eat it.
As she says that, Izzie backs away with their mouth from a flower. I'm like, oh, darn. And then just gives it a little lick.
To think, Aubrey, you went through this kind of insane journey by accident almost a decade ago. More than a decade ago?
The start point is harder for me to pin down than the end point, but I think that's right.
Jeez. I couldn't imagine it, but now I guess...
You know, I gesture at the flower. It's hard to describe this sort of thing to people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's incredible to see.
Wow, Andrea, it sounds like you've really seen some stuff.
She has.
Yeah. Not exactly like this, but this is the closest we've come since I got this axe. You've ever been to a place like this before?
Never. I've been in, I kind of mentioned the war, been in battles, have gotten through with very little, but nothing like this besides the lab. Never been around so much nature. It's kind of nice.
Is that something you had kind of an affinity for before working with Poppy and it's kind of just grown, or is that something you've kind of come to appreciate after working with her?
Yeah. Poppy really opened my eyes to a lot of things. Taught me how to slow down a little.
It sounds like you're really close. It's a good friendship to have.
Yeah, Poppy's the best friend.
If you wouldn't describe it as friendship, that's okay too. You can characterize your relationship however you like.
No, I mean, it's, yeah, like I do. Poppy's the best. So. Having someone who sees you, having someone who cares, having someone who helps define all the colors in the air, having someone who shows you there's a new way to think, having someone to hold you in the darkest place, showing the colors of the sky, showing a place for you and I. A new point of view. 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 Poppy showed me so much that I could be. Started as friendship, and suddenly I see someone who cares for me, someone I could love, someone to show me what I could become. A new point of view. A new point of view. A new So yeah, we're friends.
Okay. And I think Mara might silently communicate this. Like, do you think that's the same way that Jay and I are friends to some people?
That would be my guess.
I think I know what you mean, Izzie.
Yeah.
I think that's really beautiful.
That's why it means a lot to get her back.
Totally.
But I mean, anyway, but otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
really
it's
tough,
not
and
something,
I like to punch stuff,
Yeah,
But thanks for letting me share.
of course. We're all about feelings here.
Ugh, I hate feelings. Can I kick something?
Well,
You
I'd
better not.
I'd default to Aubrey. Oh, hey,
You
Meatball.
better not, because you have to be on your best behavior when you meet the queen.
Oh,
The queen.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty important, but I can't give you free license to wander through spring.
yeah. Okay.
If you see, like a stray invasive habit, can you point it out and then maybe Izzie could kick that?
I thought you were winter, but now you're talking like fall.
Like I said, I have no affiliation with winter. Tell me about the queen, though.
Well, you'll meet her yourself. Just be on your best behavior.
Would there be a thing that we should not do? I'm just wanting to make sure what best behavior is like in our world, if that translates, and if not, if you could kind of, make sure what my idea of best behavior is what you're looking for.
Oh, respect and deference and,
Okay.
and obedience. And
Oh.
when she jumps, you say how high, that sort of thing.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really used to being on this other end of that. Cool.
I would say the letter of the word can be more important than the spirit sometimes. So choose your words carefully.
Okay.
But that goes both ways.
Yeah.
As Aubrey's giving that word of advice, the three of you emerge into a clearing. You see Meatball sort of hovering over a perfectly still pond and flying off over to the far side, which is maybe 30 meters away. Growing on the edge of this perfectly circular pond are ring after ring, with each ring as it moves away from the pond being successively taller, of saplings. Those that are closest to the pond, you can identify immediately, Aubrey, as dogwoods. Then there are fruiting trees just beyond that, oaks and chestnuts beyond that, and then it starts to get into trees that you know will be towering. Evergreens that are right now showing like that light green growth at the tips, as this, of course, are evergreens in spring. Meatball flies to the far end of this pond where you see cascading down from a sheer rock face, a thin curtain waterfall, just perfectly misty as it hits the surface of the water and somehow doesn't disturb it at all, just flows down in as if the water is there, perfectly ready to accept this. You can see that the others who are in this space already are standing in the pond, and they'll turn their heads to look at you as you come into this clearing. And you can tell the correct social move here is stepping into the pond yourselves.
I step into the pond.
I think Mara will too.
Izzie jumps into the pond, but also curtsies.
Nice.
The other creatures who are standing in the pond, some look human, some look to be sort of upright, anthropomorphized animals. A deer who is standing only on two hind legs but has hands. You can see, a fawn with legs of a goat and, torso of a human. Little curly nubby horns, no one you recognize. Maybe half a dozen, Aubrey would suspect, courtiers.
Yeah, is there anyone I recognize?
Who is a delegate from Spring who you have interacted with?
The spring chicken. she's sort of a sort of opera diva grande dame, and she's getting along in years, but she fancies herself very young and plays the ingenue parts, and is just a stunning musician and diplomat, dripping in jewelry made from natural things and scarves.
The spring chicken is there, standing in all her finery, presenting like one of these sort of anthropomorphized animals. She's a fancy, fluffy chicken with a sort of susical puff of feathers atop her head. Aubrey, she makes eye contact with you, cocks her head to the side in a decidedly avian way, narrows her eyes for just a moment, as if she can't quite place where she knows you from.
Well met.
And she nods. Meatball, now hovering off to the right of this curtain waterfall, calls out in a voice that seems entirely too large to be coming from her tiny, tiny frame.
Announcing the arrival of Her Majesty, Queen of All Spring, Queen Leora.
We'll bow. Or I'll look at Aubrey. Is that what we do?
I nod, but I bow less low than my friends.
Stepping through the waterfall, managing to not get wet as it does, the water parting for her, is a tall woman. You would guess 8.5 feet tall. Her skin is the color of rich topsoil, and her hair hangs in dark green braids that shift to light green at the tips, like spruce as it grows in springtime. She wears a crown, you think. It's hard to tell if it's a crown or antlers that grow out of her head, but they are edged in gold so that when you see any surface of it straight on, they look to be just antlers, but every corner of them catches the light and reflects gold towards you. Between the antlers, atop her head, hangs a small cloud that seems to be continually shifting and changing, and looking into her eyes is like looking at the afternoon sky. The sense of awe and wonder. I would like each of you to please give me a discipline check. This is going to go against 3 purple.
You each get a blue die added to this.
Like 1 success?
And 2 threats.
We're going to get all the results before we say anything more that's happening. Izzie, what's your discipline?
A yellow and 3 green.
Yep. That looks pretty good. So you're left with 2 advantages and 1 success.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll take it.
Success with 2 advantages for Izzie. For Aubrey.
4 successes and a threat.
All right, so all successful. The sense that washes over all of you is that making her smile would make the world more beautiful and more perfect. But you're all able to shake it off. Mara, take 2 strain.
Okay.
As this hits particularly close to home for you.
Oh, I knew it would. You said it, but it was a cover.
I would like to ask each of you to add another detail or 2 to Queen Leora.
Ooh.
As you think about that, the advantages I think that Izzie and Aubrey have.
Oh, I had a threat.
Oh, you had a threat? Okay. Oh, sorry, take a strain, please.
That's fair.
My mistake. The advantages that Izzie has, she notices something that the other 2 don't. Standing behind the waterfall, looming even taller than the queen, there seems to be a figure made of vines and branches and leaves. Humanoid. You get the sense feminine, though it's hard to say and hard to really know what that would mean with plants, but someone who is choosing to keep themselves hidden, who looks to be physically quite imposing.
I understand that I may not be able to tell, but the first question that Aubrey has would certainly be, is this someone like me? Is this a human who became a queen and has been here for who knows how long, or is this someone who's always been of the spring?
Once someone is of the spring, they're of the spring. In the same way that once someone was of autumn, they were of autumn. And there was no way for Aubrey's subjects to know that she had ever been human. Unless that messes with some of your world building details. Okay. Since that area is like your sphere. Yeah.
I think I reach up kind of to itch at my ear. Is it pointy at all?
Is it?
A little bit.
Weird. What's something that Izzie notices about the queen as she sits down in what seems to be a chair carved from stone by this waterfall, drapes her feet into the water, where the water comes up just below her knees, and she leans back, comfortable as can be, her back resting against the waterfall.
The queen has this, like, kind of draping that looks kind of like a dress that changes in time, like a slow changing of, like, it starts as kind of a blue, and then as it goes, it might turn into greens, which then could turn into yellows and turn into reds, and it's just, like, very slow lava lampy of, like, colors, and, like, you almost feel something different each time it shifts, where it's like, wow, I'm like, I don't know, it, like, washes over you of this beauty of this gown she's wearing.
Incredible.
I think in the same way that when she turns, the antlers glitter, she has very, like, tasteful, you know how some people just have, like, sleeves of, like Aubrey's almost, like sleeves
like
of
tattoos?
Yeah, of tattoos, but these are a bit daintier, and the same way that the antlers will catch the light, so will these vines, leaves, flowers kind of on her arms that are exposed, and as she kind of moves they will glimmer also. And Mara's like, I want one of those, I want one of those like that. That's cute.
She has a staff or a scepter that at first seems a little bit at odds with the rest of the ensemble, because it is this pale, sort of bleached dead wood. And as you look at it, you can see that it is starting to grow little sprouts from it, little patches of moss and lichen. It's sort of like a nurse log. It's the most kind of obviously earthy or nasty, or just not nasty, but grimy.
She settles herself into her throne, looks out at you, and with a voice that carries in it the song of birds and the rush of streams. The Crown Princess tells me that you are here to deal with our broccoli problem.
We believe we are. We have a broccoli problem of our own that seems to be the inverse of yours. That is the return of a woman, Poppy Bracco, to the world from which she vanished.
It seems she did not venture far from her actual name. Noted.
If she didn't give it, it's fine.
I think Mara doesn't really know what to say, doesn't want to say the wrong thing, and so is a little bit quieter, but just will nod along with Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey is so used to kind of taking the back seat in social situations, but also I think has an understanding that this is kind of the put me in coach moment, and so we'll step forward. If you would do us the grace of describing the nature of your broccoli problem, it might help us to understand how we might aid you in the solving of it.
This is a place of change, of growth, of fluidity, and the broccoli woman, Bracco, was it? Her mind is a bastion of order, of constance, despite all her companions adopting the ways of spring, melding and joining us. Bracco sits high in her tower, carving order from what should be growth.
Mara will try the silent communication, but who knows if it's silent or not. To Aubrey, like compatriots?
The security detail.
Or like peers?
Mara, as you communicate silently with Aubrey, you see rising out of the foliage just to the left of the queen's throne, the head of a hound that looks between the two of you, looks up at the queen and gives sort of a whimper yawn. The queen says down to this hound,
No, Cap, they may have their secrets if they like.
Mara does her best to hide the expression on her face. Maybe like kicks her foot in the water a little bit.
You see this hound, its face somewhere between that of a wolf and a fox, seems entirely devoted to the queen.
If I disparage you or your court in saying this, understand that I equally disparage myself. But the world that we come from changes the nature of things, and yet things pass through phases. They are not crystallized in the moment of change, as they might be here. Thus, to make sense of things that change beyond the boundaries even of spring, humans like to assign meaning, study, order to them. It's a bad habit, but it helps us cope. I would not assume you are unfamiliar with such a thing, but simply wish to remind you if you had forgotten.
The bad habits of Bracco are spilling into my domain. And just as you humans decided, foolishly, to try and crystallize the grand cycle in its place, she seeks to seize portions of my domain and crystallize them, as you so aptly put it. If you can get her to leave, then do so. And I shall owe you a favor.
Well, that's quite an offer. Do you know who you're making it to?
Seeing antlers springing from your head, making a royal claim. Here you are, questioning me, and you haven't even shared your name.
See the woman in the cargo vest. Poor posture, you would be right to not be impressed. Look at the smile lines, how the years have ravaged her. Once she was a queen dowager. There's an echo to the way the seasons change. There's an echo to the order that we rearrange. There's an echo, and I hope that I speak true. There might be an echo between me and you.
My kingdom here stretches farther than the human mind can know. And you are here to claim that you can still grow. Humans in my domain may change their names. If you are what you say, uproot this Bracco, take her away, you and me. Echoes are we. You and me. Echoes are
And the other side of the coin, and the setting sun until the morning, and the reunion of it all. If I squint hard enough, I'd mistake it for fall. I'd mistake stake it all, and I take it all.
You and me, echoes are we.
You crave change, but you wish to uproot that which could change you. You insist you are change, yet despise the things that would rearrange you. I was like you once, I worshipped at the same altar, and I only learned better after many years of falter. Echoes across time, echoes across space,
Echoes are we.
echoes of something that I can't replace. Echoes are we. Memories are free.
Echoes are we. Echoes are we. As Aubrey trades words, and clever jabs, veiled promises, and subtle threats with Queen Leora, Izzie and Mara, you see her hair growing longer and sprouting out from the top of her head just the barest tips of antlers.
Mara takes a little mental picture.
Izzie is like, whoa, but also a little upset about how she's talking about Poppy, trying to hold back her anger and not climb the queen.
I think Mara will put a hand on Izzie's shoulder when Poppy's being talked about in such a kind of insensitive and rude way. 1 out of comfort and 2 out of not yet.
Well, then, counterpart, placeholder, substitute. I grant you safe passage through my domain and a guide. And she gestures with a hand as stepping through the waterfall behind her is a figure made entirely of plants. She's all in green, the vines moving and shifting, branches being exposed and hidden as she walks, kneels down beside the queen, and when she thinks the queen isn't looking, gives the hound Kep a small scratch behind its ears. Bunks, escort these 3 travelers to the Broccoli Woman's Bastion. The towering green figure, kneeling, brings her head approximately equal to Queen Leora's. Bonks inclines her head in a way that is respectful and subservient, stands up, looks at the 3 of you, you're sure, though she has no eyes, and gestures off towards the setting sun.
And so, our harmonic hawkshaws have met the queen and are on the path towards Poppy. What bizarre obstacles await them in the Spring Fen? Find out next time on RPG Major. Izzie's special guest, Sarah Russell. Catch her performing music and musical theater around Seattle. To find out what she's up to, follow her on Instagram at Sarah Hachacha. Mara is Lauren Drake. Follow her on socials at La Drake. Aubrey is Camilla Franklin. Follow her on Instagram at Camillastrator. Camilla also created all the art and visual design for RPG Major. All the music for this arc was created live in the room by Noah Samuels. Find him on Instagram at Samuels_Noah. And I'm Helix. You can connect with me and the cast of our show on our Discord, or follow us on Instagram or Blue Sky at RPG Major. You can support the show at our Patreon or by leaving us a review, or best of all, you can tell a friend about us. All right, we'll see you next time.
Your magic pistols accumulated some rust. Partner, you know this realm ain't big enough for the both of us. That tumbleweed sparkles as it rolls Like the dice round here, partner, you know how it goes.
Hey, how about a high five? Hey, how about a high five? Hey, how about a high five? Hey, how about a high five?
The Badlands. Legend has it that beneath the dust, something old and powerful still whispers to any gunslinger foolish enough to listen. One day, aboard a doomed train into the wastes, 3 unlucky travelers hear that call. A runaway socialite, a shape-shifting bounty hunter, and a retired thief turned family man. Will our outcasts find what they're looking for?
I mean, we're already here. Let's have a little fun.
You really went in there, guns blazing.
I thought that was the plan. My potions are miraculous. I thought we were being quiet. Oh, Stump only has 1 volume. Sorry.
Wild roses grow out of his mouth, having filled his lungs.
What's happening out there?
Violence!
Find out on Mage Hand High Five.
We treat this basically the same as your... Is there a club at the bottom, or is the baton?
Oh, yeah, I have a baton.
Yeah, but you use the bumper, so we'll just...
I mean, I'd rather destroy stuff.
Yeah. What does it say? What does it say on the bumper or on the baton for?
It says melee. That part?
Yeah, and melee, and then plus, like, under damage, it should say a number.
Oh, melee 2 grr, 1 yell, plus 2 5 tota 3.
Perfect. Okay.
Very true.
So
Yeah.
that's five total
Speaking
damage.
in tongues.
Yeah.
I don't know if you meant for that, like point of view.
Oh, I mean, sometimes, you know, you get deep when you don't need to, but
When you're as good as Sarah Russell, it just
it's lovely. So beautiful. Yeah.
bunk. Excuse me.
Love these names. Is now the time to ask meatball mustard seed?
What?
Is meatball mustard seed?
I don't know.
Difference?
I don't know
Oh,
if
you
you
don't like
I
Shakespeare.
know what you mean.
Okay,
Oh.
okay, got it. Never mind.
Sorry, it's not. I just don't know Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peas blossoms here somewhere.
Yeah.
You know it.
One of my favorite genres of songs gotta be Helix and Camilla doing a duet song.
I know. I was like trying to remember.
Every
I was like,
time
should
it's
I
a banger.
do an actual reprise of some of the lyrics? And I was like, I think it's a different enough situation. That...
So good though.
And you're like,
We were. That's really cool to hear our little layers.
I'm
yeah.
excited to hear that.
Yeah.
Back.
Crashing from the high, I'm letting go tonight. Falling from cloud nine.
see, but the verses, I'm always like, I'm not awake.
Yeah, it's just
and
a little-
on my feet.
Pretty
sweet.
Whoa.
Couldn't tell you a single word of the verse.
A new musical improv warm up. You just do a verse for Wide Awake with
That's
an
so
AAA rhyme.